is low. So
what are you going to do? I mean, it's, yeah, again, Mouse, I think you put it well when you said they haven't shown us anything to suggest that they will have a good, footing in this match. Whereas Penta, on the other hand, again, they've managed to do, it looks like they've had a decent run, 9 rounds over their 2 losses. So that's them actually pushing for competition, and that's against Empire and Navi. So, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It shows that they have some bite. So I'm not surprised by the community vote either. I mean, lately they haven't been that off, actually. We've seen some upsets. Actually, last week we did see some major upsets, especially in North America.
North America is just the Wild West right now.
But you guys have been, I think, right. 2 for 0 so far today, if I'm not mistaken. So
yep. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
2 for 2 on the day, and this is a good map for Penta as well.
2 for 2, sorry.
This is a good map for Penta.
That's true.
They have been strong, traditionally, on Coastline for ages. You go back quite a ways, and they are typically pretty good. Whereas I don't have the same confidence in Mouse on this map. So there's a lot of things working in favor of Penta. Now, time and time again, we say this. Just because something looks good doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be good. And there's a possibility that you have a lot going in your favor, and maybe you just have a bad day, or maybe one of your players has a bad day, or maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's something that we're gonna watch, but we're ready to get into the matchup, and we'll start with our third match here on Coastline. Mouse versus Penta.
So neither of these teams have played this map so far through this season. So this is going to be a first time in Season 10 for both. But, of course, long history since before this. It's just going to be, I think, it's going to come down to if Mouse have something new to show for us in terms of just like basic gameplay. Because when you have a situation where you've only run 4 rounds over 2 matches, what that screams to me is not necessarily it's not necessarily, just to finish my thought, it's not necessarily the case that it has anything to do with your map specifically, as much as it has to do with your basic team, fundamentals, your coordination, your teamwork, your calls, really, grassroots stuff. That's what Mouse needs to improve if they want to stand a chance here against Penta, in my mind, based on what we've seen from them so far. There's potential for it. We won't know until we see them play.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait at least a couple more minutes until we get back into Coastline. It happens.
It happens.
People are apparently wanting to leave Coastline in a hurry.
Yeah, with the Hicks disconnects earlier in the previous.
The Hick-ups?
Yes. And now I believe that was probably what the cursor bug. I didn't notice what they said.
Cursor bug is gone.
Did they? They really fixed that one?
It was a game crash. Yeah, cursor bug.
Game crash. Didn't see
cursor bug and drop shotting were patched out last week.
That's really cool. I know about the drop shot. I didn't hear about the cursor bug.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. The more you know. It's great. Good job to Ubisoft. They do. By the way, that's really quick.
That was fast.
Yeah, like the speed at which those are getting fixed these days, great. But unfortunately, we have a crash, and so we didn't even get to see the bans.
No bans.
There's not a lot to talk about.
At that point.
Coastline hasn't been played, so there's not a lot of history to reference through this season.
You lean off of what Corey said in his interview, right? About Coastline being a very frag-heavy map. We knew this.
He found something.
It shouldn't surprise any of you. What is the team that frags better? Well, typically, I would say probably Mouse, given the players on the roster, but Penta is a team that can be very brutal and effective in the tools that they use. You know that they bring fast operators, Hungry in particular. If he brings a Montaigne, if he brings a Ying, he's definitely got something up his sleeve.
Blaz is going to be a pretty heavy fragger, I think.
made mincemeat in his very first matchup, I guess, this season on Cafe.
He's one of the more mechanically gifted players out there. I think if in this match he's up there. But yeah, you're right. Mouse has some contenders as well. Gomfi, Chate, definitely some of the more like the people who you know can really hit their shots consistently.
Yep.
So it is gonna, sure, lean on those fraggers. But I think a lot of it also will come down to your refrag. Fine.
Flop. That you could be down if you lost 7-7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. All right, ban phase is starting. Nobody's gone just yet, so it looks like we're going to get at least the first ban underway. It's going to be Penta who banned first. Capitao gone. That is in no way surprising. Penta apparently starting on defense and puts Mouse on attack. Now, with Capitao gone, it'll be a Blackbeard for the second one. And, Well, okay, Blackbeard, so a lot of people count him out, I would say, right, in his current state.
Very surprised that Mouse would use that on a Blackbeard and not like a Ying or a Monty or even...
It doesn't blow my mind away.
It doesn't...
Sometimes you just don't want to play against somebody who can block headshots.
The Clash makes a lot of sense against Penta, so that's pretty understandable. And then Echo, oh, Michael.
What?
Mira is available.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's Europe and Mira's available. Okay, so that's interesting. Mira. Okay, on this map, on Coastline, Mira can be useful. So we'll see if she will come into use early on, or if she's going to be completely ignored. Because again, the thing is, here's the thing with Mira. So when she's not banned, it can also be the case that she doesn't get used, because again, most teams don't practice with her anymore. And sometimes they will practice with her, have pocket strats with her, but it's not something that is run consistently, I find. You can definitely always incorporate her. It's not like her strategies are complicated, but it does change up the way that you play, that's for sure. So it's probably going to be the sort of thing that the defenders will do every once in a while, maybe not as consistently as we once saw back when Mira first came out. So, starting off here at Billiards Hookah, or Pool Table Hookah. And Penta have decided to bring the Mute, but not the Mozzie. You've seen that combination, again, be so very powerful on multiple maps. Mouse are going to bring the Gridlock in lieu of a Capitao or a Nomad. Capitao can be useful in removing people off of certain positions, so can those Stingers. Nomad can be useful at doing the same or holding down flanks, so can those Stingers. So kind of a multi-purpose operator in that Gridlock. And that's why we see her played so frequently as of late. IQ going to be very important, despite the Echo ban. You got those Mute Jammers and there's General Electronics in the ADSs as well.
Wondering what role Jonas is going to play in terms of entry here, given that it's likely going to be Gomfi and Sleben being point for Mouse. I mean, at least the Sledge-Ash combo is likely going to do that. Any kind of entry here into the office downstairs might be thwarted, given the fact that Penta is playing on the hatch above. In particular, that was Revan that was in that position. Gomfi's going to waste no time and vault right in the kitchen window, and he's already in the building. It also looks like the Ash is in the building as well, as Gomfi circles around towards the main lobby and then looks up the stairs. Could shuffle on over there at any point, as he's got a couple ankles that he's going to try to keep an eye on. Still, Revan, great patience. Over a minute just staring at this doorway, and it actually looks like he might have missed the entry of Jonas, who could clutch this one for his team, but no, Gomfi spotted downstairs. He'd entered on his own. He didn't really have much of a drone escort, was just simply trying to face check it, and in the process takes 50 HP away from Blast, but ultimately Gomfi falls, and that's the only set of frag grenades that you have available for Mouse Sports.
Now, of course, Jonas, you know him from G2, coming back to his long-lost Finnish roster of Mouse Sports. Jonas actually did play for this team way back in a galaxy far, far away, and was actually one of the first Finnish players taken away from Mouse Sports, then known as Sisu, and put onto what is now the G2 roster. But He's made his way all the way back to his start, in a way, here, which is interesting. He's going to be trying to clear out the roamers downstairs by the main lobby. That's Balas, who's actually... Oh, this is some really unfortunate timing for Jonas. Oh, wow. Just narrowly missed out on a kill there. He doesn't know it, of course, but as he is entering into this main lobby solo, no drone from his teammate. Could have capitalized on that potential kill, but Blast seems to be aware of his flank right now and trying to hold the angle. He might be able to get a free kill himself now, and yes, indeed, he will. There goes Jonas, and almost a second, but Slevin gets the shutdown there on the Blast. Beautiful teamwork from Mouse. Despite losing one player, they will manage to maintain at least some control on their flank. Oh no. Sir Boss using the Evil Eye to eliminate Slevin on low HP. It's looking really bad for Mouse right now.
I don't even think Bonesy knows where the Evil Eye is either. Let's climb on up toward the bomb chassis, and for the anti-flank of Shate as the track stingers go down. You've got Revan with the shotgun here, still in very powerful position with Hungry farther back. 2v4 favoring Penta for the time being, and this is a damning position to find Mouse, especially with the utility. And the way Hungry's playing along with Revan, the two SAS operators will swiftly show Mouse the door. And very first round will go towards Penta. It took us almost 30 minutes for the first round to end now. But
oh yeah, it's true.
Penta waited. Penta really waited.
A good job to Penta playing passively on the site for 30 whole minutes and allowing that round to conclude in their favor. Unfortunate that Mouse couldn't make those make that time work in their favor. Now, that round was very how should I put this? It happened very quickly. Despite the attack from Mouse being somewhat slower than you would expect, they were losing bodies rapidly throughout the entire duration of that attack. From start to finish, it just seemed like every once in a while, Mouse would lose a player. And Penta managed to maintain such a strong advantage that there was no footing for Mouse Sports, from Mouse Sports, I should say. The only thing they really managed to accomplish was getting control of Aquarium, which is it's kind of, I'd say most teams treat that as a foregone conclusion. So, you expect the attack to get control of Aquarium. It just depends on how you handle it after that. And Penta handled that really well. They managed to punish Mouse Sports for getting that control. And, well, it allowed them to take the round in stride. Now we're going to go into the double bar. Another one of the more popular sites on this map, as it is definitely a viable strategy, or sorry, rather, I should say, a viable site. The only thing about this site that is difficult is that it requires more coordination, more teamwork, and a better setup than you can expect from some lesser teams. However, at this level, everyone knows how to defend double bar. And again, when you know how to defend it, it's a very, very strong site. And the setup here from Penta will be primarily a vertical roam play. You could see enemy trying to play through this drone hole, and he might be able to get a free kill, but he's actually going to be punished for that angle. Slevin, a beautiful shot there, takes down enemy. And now, Mouse Sports the ones with the advantage.
That's the kind of entry you need to be able to take somebody out of play from Penta and not allow them to continue to steamroll and run it back now. As you've got two bodies from Mouse positioned over towards the Aqua side of things. Revan guns down Slevin. The Ash will not go anywhere. And Mouse have really struggled with getting a body in alongside of a drone and not getting jumped upon.
Yeah, the droning for each other thing is happening less than you would expect or require from Mouse.
It's a synergy that we'll need to develop as well, adding Jonas to the mix, losing Wilkie. It's hard to overstate the loss of an IGL. But as you see Shate down below, looking at the bomb chassis inside of Blue Bar, while the rest of Mouse is looking above. But it also seems like there's very minimal droning happening, There's don't really inspire much confidence from Mouse, and they're just going to continue to walk right in. There goes a smoke. Hungry will toss out a toxic canister. It sails just by Jonas, and Bonesy in the cover in the corner of the room will start to go for the plant. I think Penta's understanding this. That's why Sir Boss fires on in, but all of his shots will miss. And win or lose this round, at least the diffuser goes down for Mouse. Still, as the smoke is about to clear, Sir Boss looking to find a target, but can't quite see it yet. He's going to get chewed up in the process as Revan now goes for the flank. In through security. trying to find somebody. He might be able to get one or two inside of office. Nobody's looking the right way, but Bonesy's holding the door. Jonas locks out Hungary, and Penta falling behind as Gumpy finds one too. And now Sir Boss, on a tiny bit of HP, will push on up, and it's Bonesy to shut him down. Diffuser down, and Mouse will clean up the rest of the kills, and we'll be tied up 1-1.
All right, here we go. No one taking the match away decisively early on. Mouse Sports did a lot of work there coming in from office. After they established there were no roamers in Aquarium, they knew they didn't have to worry about vertical pressure. They simply pushed into office, started picking apart all of the counter plant utility, such as the evil eyes that were in a position to deny that plant. Once that job had been done, they went for a plant just inside of Blue Bar, using those smokes for cover. Well coordinated by Mouse. Definitely a shallow strategy, and by that I mean it doesn't seem like Mouse had to put a lot of thought into it, but it was well executed, and that's all that really matters when it comes down to it. A big part there is that Penta didn't have anything in a position to deny the diffuser plant. It's very significant. Now, the smokes were poorly placed, expecting there to be a plant behind the Blue Bar. The Evil Eyes either not activated or more likely destroyed by Mouse Sports. So there you go. That's Penta's own Echo Band working against them. Mira is a relevant operator on that site. However, I don't think she necessarily would have changed things given the way that the smokes were played. I think just what would have been better there for, for Penta would have been somebody playing by open area. I mean, we saw Ravon in the bathroom, right? He was holding the angle towards security. Somebody plays by main lobby or in open area. The Blue Bar wall is open. They can see the planter probably. The smoke might be covering, but you know where the plant location is. Like, even if it's not behind the bar, it was still on that angle. If you're in open area, where the plant went down there was on the same exact angle as behind the bar if you're on that. So it just, yeah, it's odd that wasn't used from Penta. I'm guessing they didn't hear the plant or unaware, but the smoke kind of broadcasts the intention. Anyway, Slebin, first kill of the round, going on to Hungary. I'm surprised. I can't believe we didn't mention Slebin as one of those people who wins their gunfights more often than not on Mouse Sports. He really is one of those heavy fraggers.
And Slebin came in last season to Mouse to join the team and try to shoulder some of the load after you'd said goodbye to Uno on the roster. And it was a tricky situation for him to find himself in. Speaking of tricky situations, Shate finds himself in a bit of trouble, and while he's gone, smoke off the boards, track stingers off the boards, flank watch off the boards, all of that because of Shate going down, and he evens us back out at 4v4, 2 minutes to go.
A little bit of a standoff here inside of Kitchen. Penta might actually not be aware of Slebin's location. I would be surprised if Ravon gives himself away here, and he's just trying to bait out some pre-fires there from Slebin, as you can see. Quick peeking the corner, trying to find the location of his opponent. He really needs to cross here. You can see that Ravon is trying to get back so he can apply pressure to the A-bomb site, which is the clear target of Mouse Sports right now. But because Slebin is playing inside of Kitchen, he is doing a great job of cutting off said rotation. Gomphy in main lobby means that the open area is not an option for the defense as well, which means Penta have to rely on their Evil Eyes considering the smoke is dead. This is a dream situation for Mouse Sports. Everything covered, everything accounted for, no denial in a good position. This should be a very easy take for Mouse Sports, but they could still mess it up yet.
I don't think anybody's discovered Revan playing at the bottom of Cool Vibe Stairs. He's just sitting and waiting very patiently, but he and Slebin are about to engage in a battle to the death. Slevin's position gets given away. Enemy knows that there's a plant going down. Oh no, enemy! There you go. Tap away at what little was remaining of Bonesy. Diffuser falls and it's in the middle of the site. That's a hard retrieval for Mouse Sports, so everything going in their favor, but could very quickly slip away. Still. 35 seconds in the calm before the storm now as Gomphy tries to find his intended target. A second kill for Slebin on to Sir Boss. Blaz engaged in this fight, has stim pistols available, and there's not going to be too much there. Revan just barely missing the foot of Gomphy, who will continue to crawl away, seeking some help. Slebin capitalizes upon Ravon looking the other direction, and it's 3 kills for the Finn. He'll continue to push on forward as the rotate will come out from both enemy as well as Blast. Slebin finds kill number 4. Quad kill, looking for the other, but he's got his back turned to Blast. He won't be able to find the ace. Blast goes in, has the marks, downs one, looks for the other. Oh, but he's a dock and he won't be able to get picked up as Jonas will secure. And Mouse Sports, very, very close. Very, very close, Michael. but they pull through in the end off of just an absolute knockdown, drag 'em out fight inside of the courtyard into blue bar.
Really nice save there from Jonas. Newest player on the roster, but also one of the most veteran in the entire scene. And him proving it in that round. Now, everything looked good for Mouse Sports there, but it started to fall apart a little bit when they over-adjusted to that vertical pressure being applied by the Alibi. It was a nice holdout from Penta for a decent chunk there. They managed to use the open area a lot more. It's impressive that they managed to retake that. Again, that comes down to Gomfi falling off of the main lobby. He was in a position to deny open area. He left that. I'm not entirely certain why. Again, I think it was over-adjustment to the vertical pressure. He ended up being killed in open area. Well, yeah, he ended up being killed in open area. Downed, picked up, then killed. There were some major mistakes, of course. That Alibi trying to retake open area, impacting the wall. That should have been 2 kills there for free, but some shots missed, unfortunately, for Penta and their fans. Overall, just Mouse Sports. We were talking about the fragging potential. Winning their gunfights in those key situations. Well done to them. Penta, a little bit, yeah. Some very minor mistakes. I mean, man, the thing that keeps coming back to my head is that Mouse Sports had the perfect setup, then they threw it away, and then they won anyway. Now, we'll be going back to Hookah.
They'll test their mettle on Hookah here, which was a very successful site for Penta the very first time around. It was a lockout. I think there was 4 remaining members of Penta, if I recall, at the end of that altercation between them.
Yeah, it was a solid holdout for Penta. Now, Mouse is trying to take control of Sunrise. They've already done that. With control of Sunrise, what they could do is start opening up underneath Hookah from below using this Ash. They're going to do that right now. There you go. We're not going to eat any damage from that, but he will be forced to relocate. You can see that the Ash was careful not to open the drop down, so there's no rotation potential here for Penta to retake Sunrise later in the round. Might open up later just to try and force everyone out of Hookah, but one step at a time.
I don't know if they droned Hungry at all. I don't know. He's that deep in sight. He had died early on as the smoke in a previous round, but this time he's staying a bit safer, which being protected up there is a smart idea. I guess you could say fortified, secured, etc. Mouse didn't like the push over towards the Hookah balcony. They've completely rotated now towards Aqua, and it's going to be a push here with most of the team nearby. It's going to be all on enemy just to be able to hold them off. And, well, down goes Revan below. And they're just going to wait and try to push in. As enemy's under fire, Shate will finish him off. And now Mouse have full control of Aqua, and they'll continue to move on forward.
Well, Penta finding themselves on a serious back foot after those 2 picks. Shate is on low HP, but still more guns on the side of Mouse, no matter how you look at it. Blaz looking for an aggressive kill. The reason he's doing that is he's trying to bring this back somewhat in his team's favor. If he can get a cheeky kill on that balcony, it'll bring his team closer to a victory. There's only 40 seconds left here, but that's plenty of time in the eyes of Mouse Sports. And they're just using every second available to them. That X-Carousel is going to cause a lot of grief to Blaz on that anchor. Sir Boss trying to hold on to blue stairs. He can hear one underneath him. Plant going down. C4 to deny. Gas canister to deny. Gas canister, pardon me, to deny. Gomfi's going to get a kill from the flank there, and Sleben using the X-Carousel will eliminate Blaz, leaving just Hungry in a 1 versus 5. Plant not going down just yet. He's going to get 1 down. Oh, what a dodge, but Jonas finally lands the shots. And a flawless round from Mouse Sports. They're looking so strong right now. That's 3 in a row.
And the person who needs this more than anything is Jonas. He needs that confidence boost to get him back on that level. I mean, you saw the way he was playing in his very first map, in his very first match on Mouse Sports, his maiden voyage off of G2, if you want to call it that. He was playing on Maestro. He was very odd decision-making skills, which usually can be his strong suit, but weren't at all in that matchup. You remember he had 3 Evil Eyes, or the 2 Evil Eyes or whatever. Sorry, not 3. I was thinking of Valkyrie.
Yeah, it's
the 2 Evil Eye cams that were still in his pocket. He hadn't set down his barbed wire either, and he was running around trying to peek through the door of Cafe. It was odd to say. And I mean, it's very easy for somebody like Jonas, who's been a staple of that G2 squad all the way back when they were called Penta, you know, to be in a position where you get demotivated and you get burnt out. And right now, he and Sleben, I mean, Sleben doing most of the work, but he and Sleben right now combining for 11 kills. A lot of it have been Jonas helping clean up. 1 death. He's been evading all of Penta's wrath, and the only time that, you know, he died was that round that Penta won. But other than that, he's been almost picture perfect in the way that he's been taking his engagements, the way he's been playing. And it seems to be almost a return to form for Jonas. We haven't really seen him utilized in that same way. And he's not going to be utilized as the main entry like he was on G2. You know, when Kanto Raketti stepped in, Jonas's roles got shuffled around. And now the same thing is going to be on Mouse Sports with Jonas stepping in and playing more support, maybe flex-oriented roles. In this case, he's been fragging, and we'll see what he does on defense, if he's going to be playing more anchor support roles, or if they're going to put him on something a bit more mobile. But for the time being, he needed, like I said, this confidence boost. And so far, he's got it, and I think the more that this team, this Mouse team, works together, and the more that they're able to iron out the kinks, it's going to, you know, almost be a weight off of their shoulders. And, wow. Oh no, you're going to need Jonas to do an awful lot more now as Blast just absolutely shuts down Sleben, and Comfy will be on his heels.
Oh, the timing there, and 2 for Blast. He'll finally be shut down, though, and there you go. It's Jonas. Speak of the devil. Also trying to challenge onto Sunrise Bar, and oh, a beautiful shot! Ravon goes down, and that's 2 on an answer of Blaz's 2, so well done from Jonas recovering that round. It looked like Penta were going to take full control. It looked like they had everything going in their favor, but well, Mouse Sports have lost all of their soft destruction. Well, the majority of their soft destruction. They have managed to keep the man count even, thanks to Jonas's efforts. Enemy playing by the blue bar. He's been found out, and he'll relocate. Playing inside of office is not the end of the world. One thing to note here is that Mouse Sports are playing entirely by the kitchen side and open area. So they have a lot of control, but it's tentative because it's easy for their opponents to flank this and regain control because of this vertical pressure. The drop in the middle of the map allows for those vertical roamers to come back to roost anytime they want to. And the play downstairs, while relevant, is not going to get you the round, considering it's hookah.
This has alleviated some of that pressure by taking out the shock wires from below, allowing Bonesy to open up whatever he wants, and then possibly wait and dare Penta to try and engage. But
Discord 見しちゃってるけどいいかな。どうやってこれやんだ俺。でも前回なんだよな、多分。あ、自分で調整するのか。どっちにすればいいんだろうこれは。
A lot of patience right now from the Penta squad. And I think this round is really going to boil down to who peaks first. If it's a game of chicken, it's going to be who checks first. And in this case, Penta just standing sentinel for the time being. They know that Mouse has to come to them. That's the way that this works. You can put as much pressure on the defenders as you can. That's what Bonesy's trying to do. But outside of Gridlock, you don't really have all that much utility anymore. Jonas is going to essentially just be a pure fragger at this point. Still 3 tracks available. Those stingers can get tossed out at any point from Gridlock.
逆これを上げればいいの？どっちだこれ？自動にした時に上がってるから。何音量ミキサーって。音量ミキサーって何？ デスクトップの右下にある音量マークを。
Try and immobilize the remaining members of Penta. Enemy is now headed on downstairs, so it'll be a 2v2.
ああ、そういうことね。これでなんだ、あ、そういうことか、そういうことか。ディスコードを。これスピーク、ね、これ。なんだこれ。これでどうでしょう。あ。でかすぎ今度。変わんない？あ、いい感じ？よかったよかった。Thank you。ありがとうございます、ゆうがさん。結局俺、1ラウンド見てねえや、マウスの。マウスじゃねえ、まあ、ペンタ取ってるし。
They didn't have enough time to execute from Aquarium, and that's the end of the story. Tons of utility on the side of Penta, despite the man count being even, there was just denial abound. And, well, Penta used their denial. They placed it in the dying seconds of the round, and the Mouse had no options. Their smokes were even working against them at that point. So, nice try for Mouse. Good job to Jonas, is what I would say. He had a really individually stellar round. But
ゆうかはモデレーターだったっけ？
just waited, and it worked.
And it's very easy to look at those and think that they might be impactless kills because you didn't win the round, and I think that's kind of an incorrect way of looking at that, right? Those were impactful kills getting to the point that you were at. They end up becoming impactless because you lose the round. But they were locking down roamers, working as a successful entry, and then alleviating the worry and concern that your teammates would have about somebody still lurking off-site. And that was what the Jaeger did at the very final closing moment.
どんな守り方してんだろう。
Before Jonas repelled on up to try and help in Aquarium. Now, Jonas could have possibly been maybe more aggressive, but
お、なんだよ。
patience was exactly what was needed because if there's somebody
え、
playing off
配
site,
信。
you rely on your two members of your team to try
え、
and
マジ？
that area.
ちょっと待って。
2v2, as I had mentioned,
うん、ちっちゃくないよ。
and
え、どっちの声？配信の声？
the only utility, like I said, we had
配信の声？違うか。
今の声。
ディスコの声か。これど
when the defenders are playing
全
so
く声が小さすぎて何言ってるか分か
う？これも聞こえない？
んない。でも全然。
うんちじゃん。
俺が設定するの。
So this is really
But
interesting. It's
あ。
defensive round for Penta.
嘘。
配信してたの。
いや、配信してる。
We don't see a lot of
してるっていうか、あれしてる。プロリーグただ見てる。
considered to be the best site
そういうこ
on
と。
うん。プロリーグ見てコメントした人と話しながら見てる。
but it's not amazing certainly, and a lot of teams
うん。マウス対ペンタ見てる。
俺入っちゃまずかった。
いや、全然。
and will lose the fight.
コメントいねえもん。
But there is a refrag.
Go ahead.
Actually, it's a trade.
聞こえてんじゃね？
And Ravan onto Slevin. It's just
これはや
constant
だ。
back and forth here
3-3な
between
こいつ
these
小池に。
teams.
大丈夫、俺行くから。二人でさらされるから大丈
Hold here for Zombie.
変わんね
Locking it down.
夫。はい、パソコン買ってよ。
One player inside of Puka or defense to that is enemy.
お疲れさん。
Doc. He'll be shut down by Shate. Spray through the wall. Good information.
ちょっとね。
え。こいつ。い
To
や
allow that.
お前なんでだろう。
待ってね、俺が変える。ちょっと待ってね。さっきでもね、なんだろう、音量ミックスで上げたんだけどな、スピーカー。
全然変わんね
これか。
え
変わった？
え。全然。
あれなんだ俺。
なんでちっちゃいの？この前めっちゃでかかったのに。
お前設定じゃね？俺何も設定変えてないよ。
だって設定、どう？
ん？
俺がうるさくない？
うん。
なんで？
知らんぺ。
めっち
知らんぺーじ。
ゃちっちゃい。
マジ？
もう、やばい。全然。なんだろう。
ちょっと待って、自分の配信見るわ、ちょっと。
A 1v3, as long as mouse sticks together, hard to choke this one and throw it away, even though the carbine in the hands of Blast is a very strong and forbiddable weapon. Doesn't really matter. Any possible way for Blast to be able to rotate is going to be cut off, as you can hear one round of those stingers get thrown down. And Blast will have the deployable shield to play around. Oh, he takes the head off of Boatsy. Looking for another, firing through the wall, won't hit any of his targets. Both Gomfi and Shate are hurt. It's not a fatal
う
blow.
ん、うんちやね。
声がちっちゃい。
うん、ちっちゃいね。ちっちゃい。何が悪いんだ、これは。
なんでや。
なんでや。なんでやねん。
俺もっと暗めにさ、
うん。
ブロられてんだよ。
ブロられてんの？うん、じじ。うん、じじ。
なんかもっと暗めがクラン作ってたからそこ入ろうと思ってたの。
うん。
で、あれあったじゃん。未来たちとさ、
うん。ああ、
合併したクラン。
うんうん。
あれの、なんか、なんだっけな。あれを入る前にあっちに入るみたいで言ってたの。
うん。
で、なんか知んないけど、こっち、俺がテストとかいろいろだって連絡できなくて、
うん、
入る方のクランに、元クランの。で、最終的にその話なしになって、大丈夫かなって、そう。で、そしたら俺すぐになんかそっちのクラン入っちゃって、
うん。ああ、そうだね。
そう、それでなんか、おかしくねみたいな感じになってブロックだろ。
それは、うんちまん。それは、うんちまん。うんちまんでございます。それはうんちまんでございますね。
それでブロールって思ったけどね。
うん。相変わらず犬がうるさいですね。
本当だよ、犬うっせえよ。
殺すか殺すか殺すか
殺せよ。
ね、殺すか。
めっちゃ吠えるやん。
声ちょっとマシになった気もする。しないかな。僕には分かりません。
なんだろうな、俺この前までめちゃめちゃでかいからさ、携帯話してたのに今さ、こうやって耳にこうやってスマホを寄せないと何も聞こえないんだよ。
でもね、携帯だとね、なんかスピーカーにしてんじゃないそれ。
スピーカーどうやってすんの？
どう知らん。ダメだ、もう俺見てねえ。もう指示やろう。指示やろう。プロリーグおもんねえ。
ちょっと待って、ボイスチャンネルランクの方に来てよ、じゃあ一回。
いいよ。
ボイスチャンネルランクの方来てよ。
うん。
うん。
こんにちは。
変わんね
はい、どうもこんにちは。変わらないです
え。
ね。
なんでだよ。
お、ゆうがなんか言ってる。バオくん
なんで
これラン
変わんない
クやるけど来る。やっぱランクか。
何があったんだ？
どうしよう。テロハンマしたら決めるわ。
テロハンマスの。
テロハンマス。プロリーグおもんねえ。いや、どうしよう。カスタム開こうかな。カスタム開こうかな、カスタム。
なんで？
カスタムでちょっとね、練習したいものがあるんですよ。
何？
じゃあ、違う。炎上する。炎上番士になってまう。
俺イヤホンしようかな、じゃなくてイヤホンするわ。
今ね、マイクオフです。一人喋ってた。うんち。
マイクオフ。
うん、マイクオフで一人で喋ってた。うんちっち。うんちっち。ん聞こえてるよ。
オッケーオッケー。あ、でっか Bluetooth だと。Bluetooth ってイヤホンだと。
そんなもんでござんす。
よ
ということはね
いしょ。、
配信やっていきましょ
配信やって
う。
んの
配信じゃねえや。配信やってるよ。誰も来ないからあれだけど。
あ
あ言うてそんな、
いいよ。
あれでしょそんなアウトなこと話さないでしょ別に。
何話すのアウト
だからよ、そんな、ないでしょ。配信されて、
別に
めっちゃなんかもう、ポープロゲーマーの悪口めっちゃこう言うみたいな。そんなんないでしょ。
あ言いそう。
言いそう
言わねえか。
言わんねえだろ。ねえだろ、まず。そんな。
某 YouTuber の文句誰がいる
ヒカキン。
やべえだろ、炎上だよ。
やべえし、
炎上だろ。
信者が全員俺の配信来るから。
終わるわ。
終わる終わる。
殺されるよ。
じゃあ俺の配信見れる？
待って。
バックグラウンドで配信の音消せないのかなあれ。消せないか、無理か、見れねえか、さすがに。やっぱ間違ったし。死の。ちょっと練習、俺の練習をちょっとね、見てほしい。これをやりたいんだよっていう。で本当は面白い言ってほしいんだよね。
配信。いや、まあ配信してる
してるよ。
あ、お前名前なんだっけバンシーだよ。
パンシーだよ。
バンシーいないんだよ。
今いたって言ったじゃん。やべ、名前プロリーグ配信のままでカスタム開いてんだけど。頭おかしい。今回のね、カスタムはね、ニトロがミソなんですよ。こちら。ニトロがミソになっております。
配信あるわ。やってるよ。入ってる。
オッケー。これをですね、走ってって、このニトロで、ここら辺だっけ湧くのって。
そうじゃね
湧いてきて、ガンダッシュしてきたやつが飛ぶ。あれ飛びすぎたな、これ。
飛ぶす
どうしようかな。始まって、
飛びすぎではない。
あ、ここら辺じゃね？ここら辺。
配信が遅れてんだよ。
あ、そう？
もうちょい左じゃん。間ぐらい、この塀の裏ぐらい。
やべ、間違った。ああいう感じだ。あれ今日ね、ちょっとカード変えたんだよ。
エイムぶっ飛んでるもんね。
え？
エイムぶっ飛んでるよ、今のエイムの合わせ方。エイムぶっ飛んでる。
ぶっ飛んでる？
微妙にぶっ飛んでる。
ただ。ぶっ飛んでるね。うんちですね。うんちですね。うんちですね。まあこれだけなんですけど、やりたいのは。
あ、それがやりたいの。
これをやりたいんだけど、やべえ、死ねなくなっちゃった。やりたいんだけど、誰もいないんで、
ニトロセルどんだけ下手なんだ。
誰もいないんで、101になったんですよ、クリアランスが。で、テロハントマそう。それだけでした。
それだけかい。
じゃあまだあるんだけど、
うん、
やっぱ見しちゃうとね、ほら。
まあね。誰も見てないけど。
やっぱ俺のね、俺の小技がね。
誰も見てないけど。
やっ ぱ俺の小技が良くないですからね。なんでこれオープンになってんのチャットが。ああ、なんでオープン、なんでオープンになってんの。怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い。あれよし。てるるんてんてんてんてんてんてんてん。なんか X をちょっと変えたんですよ。まあ Y も変えたんだけど。やめて。変えたんだけど。あー、いけすぎるぜ。1万だな。なんか動かないとも盾があったわ。てめこれし。なんか割とボマって小顔なんだよ俺。
あ、そうなの？
うん、なんかね、帽子がでかいだけで小顔なんだよ。
当たり判定狭いからな。
うん。これ小顔だもん。今の頭じゃないか。パンパパンパパン。ダメだ。うんちだうんち。こんなんでランクいったら死にそう。
足引っ張り。
そんな。いや横って大事だよね本当に。なんか。すぐ俺なんか感度変えたくなっちゃうんだよね弱くする。うんちまんうんちまん。はよ PC 届かねえかな。
誰に言ってんの？
さあ誰でしょう。さあ誰に言ってるんでしょうか。
答えは CM の後。
トゥルルンテンテンテントゥルルンテン。あトラントも飽きたな。なんかアイアンサイトさっきやってたんだけどさ、おもんなくね。新しいアイアンサイトっていうゲーム無料の。
そんなゲームあんの？
うん。コットみたいなやつ無料版の。
知らねえ。
あそこお前今
レビさんが上げてたやつ。
わかんない。
コットみたいなやつ、シージみたいなやつはわかるけど。
コットみたいなやつ。あーうんちだなほんと。いいのかな。配信誰も見てねえや。うんちだうんち。
味方が制圧された。